So, did y'all hear that Beyonce was robbed while she was in Atlanta? Well, not really robbed like at gunpoint, but she had unreleased music and her choreographers were driving around in the car with it, and they stopped at some market and they were in there for about an hour. And when they came out, the back of the windows were busted out and all the computers with the new music had been stolen. Now, Atlanta is known for your cars being broken into, especially in the affluent parts of Atlanta. I guess those choreographers didn't know where they were, and they allowed Beyonce's unreleased music to be stolen. Now, I would imagine that it is heavily password protected, so I hope that it doesn't get released. If the robbers even know what they have in their possession or whose it was. Well, I guess they probably know now because it's been reported. Her unreleased music was stolen, but she still went on and performed. People are saying she ain't going back to Atlanta. I hope that wasn't the only copy. I doubt it, but yeah, I just wanted to let y'all know that. Also, Nicki Minaj is back on Twitter again. She was just going off on Jay-Z. Now she's going off on Scissor. And I'm like, what in the world do they have to beef about? But apparently her camp tweeted something about Broken Barbies, which is a song that another artist, not Scissor, but another artist called I Am Lyric is releasing. So I guess they were, promoting the new song Broken Barbies. And it must have triggered Nicki because she went off. And when she went off, Scissor jumped in the conversation saying, "Don't fall for the trap, you silly goose," or something like that. And what she say that for? Because Nicki read her from the top of her head to her feet, talking about she is not in Nicki's league. Scissor can't go out the country because people wouldn't know who she is. And Scissor paint her freckles on. And I mean, Nicki was going off like paragraphs on Twitter about the girl. Then Scissor just said something like, "I ain't feeding into your BS," or something like that. First, Nicki was going off on Jay-Z on Twitter. Now she's going off on Scissor on Twitter. We'll have to wait till tomorrow to see who she go off on next. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know that Nicki is still ranting on Twitter and beefing with anybody who wants to fight. And lastly, I wanted to talk about Saweetie also has new music coming out. She did an interview with the podcast Net Worth and Chill. And they kind of talked about her money habits and what she spends money on and what she spent money on when she first got rich. When she first started making, money for her music, she was just working, and she wasn't spending any money. And then she called her accountant and he told her what her bottom line was. And she was like, "What? Where did I get all that money?" And then she began shopping and giving money to close friends and just buying people stuff and spending. And she said she had to get smarter with her spending. So she's very selective about who she gives money to or what she spends money on. You know how it is when you first get some money. You want to, treat people who you care about. And you want to, buy things for people who are close to you. She said people started to become entitled and they were expecting her to do it. She said she had to, check herself and get her spending in order. And another thing she said she did, she got some really good people around her to help her with her money management. So yeah, we can look for some new music from Saweetie. She said she just finished up in the studio and she should be releasing her new music soon. Also, she mentioned that she was half black and half Chinese. Did y'all know that? I was shocked by that. I was like, what? I mean, now that I look at her, I can kind of see it a little bit, but I was surprised to hear her say that she was half black and half Chinese. I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.